maybe made choices in my life that have affected a whole different family that I would have never probably encountered.
How does that affect you today?
God kept me alive for a reason and a purpose because I took away that opportunity. I mean, God is God, but I, in my free will, my choices, took away that opportunity for him to ever do whatever he wanted to do.
You also mentioned within your story that you promised the victim's family that you would live a life being sober, you'd be God-fearing, you would live that particular type of life, not just for you, but also to honor the memory of their particular loved one. Now, how does that promise impact the way that you live and also create from a content creation's perspective? How does that affect you today?
Definitely, I don't speak to them. I'm not allowed to. And as far as I know, last thing I heard, they have not yet forgiven me. So once again, it's another humility thing with me. Maybe made choices in my life that have affected a whole different family that I would have never probably encountered. And those choices are lasting. You know, I can never bring him back. And God is sovereign, and God did whatever he did for his reasons that are not my ways, and that I don't question God anymore, for that matter. But because of that, what God has revealed to me, I take seriously. And like I said, like my ex-husband made that very clear to me, and I keep it close to my chest, which is that God kept me alive for a reason and a purpose. And so when I saw them in the courtroom and they were very upset about the amount of years that I got, I told them, I said, I know that you don't want to hear this right now, but like maybe say I'm remorseful, I truly am. And I want to honor his name because he is a person. He is a life. He's a soul.
Right.
And Lord knows what he was going through. Like I said, without diving into his testimony, I will say I need to do this for him because he can't do it for himself. Because I took away that opportunity. I mean, God is God, but I, in my free will, my choices, took away that opportunity for him to ever do whatever he wanted to do. I'll leave that there. So I want my life to reflect what I would assume, without knowing anything about him, what he would want me to do to honor his life. And that is to live a life better than the life I was living, because the life I was living is the reason why he's not here on my end, on the level of accountability that I can take. And so his family, maybe think it's important that because I cannot communicate directly to them, public documentation of what I'm doing, I think is important, because if they ever want to come back and look, they can see that I tried my best. So I can't ever tell them directly how I feel outside of their courtroom. They can hear from me on the internet that I did honor his name, respect their family, respect their privacy, and basically do better than what I had done before the accident happened.
That makes sense. Now, I know from my audience, I have a lot of people who watch this right now. They've been battling addictions, they've been battling shame, they've been battling guilt, or even their past, especially they feel like sometimes God can't redeem them. So for someone who has been stuck in that particular cycle of guilt, shame, addiction, or even a cycle that you felt like that you couldn't break at all, what would be the first step that you would tell someone that's going through this right now?
Like maybe number one step that I would tell them is, a lot of times we don't realize the level of trust we have in anything because we're just going through the motions and we're just dealing with what is right in front of us, which is that issue. Whatever the issue is that is making us feel like we have to stay in our addiction or go in our addiction, is that thing, that distraction right there. And so we don't realize it, but we are putting a lot of trust in our efforts, maybe fix our problems. When you pick up that needle, you pick up that drink, you pick up that weed, whatever you pick up, like maybe you're trusting that you taking that step is going to relieve you of whatever pain you're feeling for at least the short term.
Right.
That's trust. And so I would say, how has that worked out for you? You know, if we're being 100% real, how has that worked out for you? We've tried that way for so long. It's valid. We have tried it. And most of the time, a lot of us, if we're being honest, we can agree I may have had some good days doing that, felt good, but overall, in the grand scheme of things, it probably didn't work out in our favor. Even if you felt good for those few days, you lost a lot of money, spent a lot of money on liquor. So, my thing is that same trust that you put in your actions and that substance, like, why maybe don't you try to put that trust in God? And for those that have tried in the past to put our trust in God, and we had a distorted way of doing it where it's like, well, he didn't bless me, I did get saved and God still didn't bless me and whatever, because that's
Right.
real,
That is
especially if you're
real.
raised in a Christian household. I get it, I've heard it, I've done it, I've said it. But like, maybe discipline and the consistency that we have in our addiction is unmatched. Like, maybe you will go to the ends of the earth to find the money, the time, the effort. And if I can't get it at that store, I'm gonna go find a place that's open 24. Like, we will go hard for that addiction. I need y'all to keep that same energy. And I mean, place your faith in Jesus Christ. Be disciplined enough to truly get to know him as much as you know that substance, as much as you know that person that you're fornicating with, as much as you know whatever that stronghold is. I need you to keep that same energy and spend as much time, if not more time, with the Lord for real. And then I need you to take it a step further and say, listen, give me like maybe time, because God is not our genie. He is not going to do things overnight. Yes, there are testimonies out there. I have been delivered in 24 hours. I don't want this anymore, whatever. Maybe majority of the time, it's not an overnight fix. And so, even if he does deliver you quickly, the enemy is still going to try to bring you back. We don't really know how strong we are until we are tested. And temptation gives us the opportunity to glorify Jesus. The temptation is always going to be there. The enemy is always going to be there in this fallen world. And so I would tell people that the first step is to truly say, if you really break down this addiction and think about the movements and the choices and every single thought that crosses your mind before you actually put that thing to your lips or near your body or whatever it is, it's a long process. It happens fast, but it's an actual long thought process. I got to go buy the liquor. I got to pay for it, get the money, pay for it, then bring it home or whatever. And then like, it takes a while. So keep that same energy and try Jesus for real, meaning I will spend, even if it's 10 minutes a day with the Lord, but I'm going to do it every day, because it's consistency. See, you could drink liquor. I'm going to say liquor because I was an alcoholic. You can drink liquor and get drunk, binge drinking one time, like once a month. Like, maybe it may not be as damaging as somebody that drinks every day. I drank a whole bottle of wine every night to fall asleep every single night.
Wow.
So my level of consistency over time is what drove me into the alcoholism. It's not
That's
like
true.
the person that goes and parties and gets drunk one time, even though drunkenness is a sin. But that one time thing, that didn't make them an alcoholic.
That's right.
It's the consistency over time. So those habits that you developed happened over time. So how do you expect God to truly deliver you and you see the fruits of that deliverance and you only gave him 30 days? And you may think, well, 30 days is a long time. It's not. Like, maybe I was an alcoholic for 10 years. Maybe. So you got to give God some more respect. If you truly believe that God is God, and it's like, well, I know he did it for you. I don't believe he's going to do it for me, but I do believe you when you said he did it for you. That means you do believe he's God. You just don't think he's your God. But if you believe that he is all powerful for that person and you believe that that's real, wouldn't you want him to be for you? And if that's the case, you need to take that step and give him keep that same energy. Give him that same amount of time and discipline, consistency, investment. You want to spend all that money? I need you to spend all that time with the Lord.
That's true.
And I need you to be consistent and disciplined and give yourself the love and the grace and the respect to allow that transformation to take place. Because we don't respect ourselves enough to let it take time, like the transformation. Like, you don't respect your body enough, because if you did, you would give it time to be transformed. So I need you to try, because what you did and what you've been doing thus far has not been working. So that's what I would say, because that's the thing that's going to stick. And let the Holy Spirit do his job. Like, he's going to take time with you because he wants it to stick. He needs you to see it for your belief, to build up your faith. If it's just instant gratification, what glory is that? You're not gonna respect that testimony. You're not gonna believe it. You're gonna think it's some magic or something, some fluke or something. No, you need to go through this so he can get that stuff out of you. And you fight every day. So your flesh is gonna fight against that. So it takes time. Just like a fitness transformation, you could do the 6-week transformation, but the person that took a year, I promise you the habits are better than yours.